Well, good morning folks, it's Mike here again, and today we're going to do something a little bit different to what I've usually been doing. I'm going to take a KTM out for a test ride. We're here at Orwell Motorcycles in Ipswich. They've just taken on the KTM dealership and got the opportunity to ride the 1290 Super Duke GT. I've never ridden a KTM before, so it'll be quite interesting. So this ride will be a little bit of a review, a little bit of demo ride, a little bit of getting used to what is effectively a brand new bike. It's only got a couple hundred miles on the clock, so we'll see how we get on. Looks very smart here in its white and orange. As I say, never been on a KTM before, so it'll be a new experience for me. So let's go out, see how we get on, greasy roads today, and enjoy the ride. So, as with a lot of bikes nowadays, keyless ignition, which is quite good. I quite like that. As long as you've got the fob in the pocket, then the bike will start up. So let's see how we get on. Turn the bike on. And the TFT screen kicks up. Nice clear display. Okay. No need to hold the clutch in on this one. Well, so I've been told. Let's try again. There we go. Helps if you use the right button. So I've already adjusted the mirrors and made sure that everything's okay before we set off. Nice sound from the standard exhaust. And let's see how we get on. So that's pedestrian passed. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is I pulled away. I've got a warning triangle on the display, which I don't know what it means, so I'm just going to nip back to Orwell's and just double check what that means. Okay, so after a lot of messing around with the menus, it was discovered that the heated seat had been turned on in the options, but this bike doesn't have a heated seat fitted to it, so it's complaining that it couldn't find the heated seat to turn on. But best to check. One thing this bike does have that I think all bikes should have is heated grips, and they come as standard on this. So on these cold winter days, nice to keep the old fingers nice and warm. Okay, so having fast forwarded through the traffic lights of Ipswich, we'll try and head out onto some country B roads and see what this bike is like. have to say the riding position is very nice and comfortable. A little bit of a lean over towards the handlebars, but nothing too bad, or for me in any case. It's not full on sports bike obviously, as it's the GT model. Clutch bite point is nice midway through the movement of the lever, which makes it nice and easy to use, and with lots of low down torque the bike pulls away very, very smoothly. And for a big V twin, which isn't really fully run in yet, just trickling along here at 27 mile an hour in the traffic, it's very, very smooth. I must admit, not what I expected from a KTM. I have to say, come with preconceived ideas to start with, that KTM are a little bit more industrial with their bikes, coming from a background of multi-cylinder Japanese bikes for the last 44 years of riding, but that certainly doesn't feel the case riding this one. As I say, it's trickling along here quite happily in third gear, 30 mile an hour, no snatchiness whatsoever. So this bike has all the bells and toys that you could ask for, really. Obviously it hasn't got a heated seat on this one, but heated grips, LED headlights, cornering lights, traction control, power modes, quick shifter up and down, which I won't be using today because it's disabled until the first service, and probably doesn't fit with my style of riding that much either. So if you want to see the full specs of the bike and a little bit more, then I'll put a link to the KTM website in the description of the video. So there's quite a bit more wind blast on this bike than there is on my Triumph Explorer, because obviously I've got a very, very high screen on the Explorer. The plus side is that the screen is not so much in your face as it is on my bike. One thing this bike does have is automatic cancelling indicators, which personally, on all the bikes I've ever ridden that have got them, I find a bit of a pain. I don't know whether this bike has an option to turn them off or not. So a nice sunny day today. Road's a bit damp and greasy in places. As the sun is out, hopefully it'll dry as we do a few more miles. There's the view across Ipswich. Well, the industrial part of Ipswich in any case. So we're coming through the village of Sproughton now. 30 mile an hour all the way through here. Just watching out for vehicles coming through past all these parked cars on the left hand side. I'm just starting to feel the heated grips coming through my gloves now, which is quite nice. So just watching the van on the right hand side here, come out of the restricted area, and they've extended the 30 a bit further the other side of the village here, so you can see the national speed limit signs ahead. Just watching the white van behind. And it takes off in third gear very, very nicely. Looking ahead, we can see that we've got another speed limit ahead. Just rolling the bike down towards 40 mile an hour. The bike's slowing and just rolling in fourth gear. Watching the white van who's going to turn off. So having jumped in on this for the first time, finding the bike very balanced, very easy to ride slowly through the village just now. Nicely balanced bike. Not sitting quite as upright as I do on my Triumph, but still very comfortable. So we'll head along here past Brantford, and then we'll head out onto the A14 and do a little bit of dual carriageway, see what it's like on there. Again, the throttle is very, very easy to use. Not noticing any sudden changes in speed with small movements of the throttle. It's not snatchy at all, which is a curse of a lot of modern bikes with ride-by-wire. I've got the bike set up in road mode, which has got the traction control on, and middle of most of the settings. Obviously you can go into the menus and customize everything, but for the purposes of a short test ride, so we're coming towards Claydon here. We've got traffic lights ahead which have just changed to red. So we'll just ride up and stop. I'm not going to try and trickle into these ones. Oh, there we go, they've actually changed already. So just mindful of the filtering lane in on the left here. watching the car on the left. And we're going to head off onto the A14 now. And there you go, the auto cancelling indicators had already turned off, so just need to watch that. Just joined the 14, just watching the traffic that's in the outside lane, just let him pass, just double check nothing extra behind him. Not sure why the lorry was indicating left there, but held back just the same. The bike has got cruise control, but I've just pressed the set button and again nothing's happened, so I'm not sure what is wrong there. Let's try again. No joy. So at 70 mile an hour, nice and smooth. Again, big V-twin rumbling away beneath me. And it certainly feels like you could sit here for mile after mile. This bike has got adjustable handlebars and adjustable foot pegs as well, so you can do some small adjustments to the ergonomics of the bike for yourself. We're just watching the traffic here that's slow and very, very early on the slip road. Always something to be very wary of when you're coming off big A roads on the slip roads is vehicles slowing very, very early, or even doing it yourself and putting yourself in danger from the rear. And again, the indicator's turned off. Okay, so we're on the B1078 now. Just mindful, only a couple of 100 miles on the tyres. Roads are drying out, but there's still some greasy damp patches. I have to say this is very easy to ride and turns into the corners very nicely. In fact, you most probably saw back that turner just now turned in a lot quicker than I was expecting it to. So again, rolling into 30, a little bit of brakes. And we're trundling along 30 mile an hour quite happily in third gear, which for a big V-twin is very, very good. So we have priority here, but it's not worth arguing about, to be honest. Just don't assume that they're not going to come through. So let's see how we are trickling through at 20 mile an hour through this small village of Coddenham, the world's longest 20. And again, second gear, bike is quite happy. None of those horrible death rattles that you often hear sometimes from big V-twins or flat twins even at slow speed. People let the revs drop too far and it rattles and coughs. Very easy to stall though. So the big headline with this bike is it's got 175 horsepower, which is a massive amount of horsepower. Whether you'd actually ever use that all on the road is debatable. So let's see what second gear acceleration is like. Just a small cracking open of the throttle and we're up to 60 mile an hour. Just use this drier line through the corner here, bring the speed down a little. No point riding on the greasy bit. Just watching out for the sand and gravel. It's a stagger junction here, just looking for other vehicles. So just got to watch, sometimes on the dry line there may be quite a bit of gravel, so then you've got to decide whether the gravelly bit or the slightly damp bit is the better choice. The roads are slowly drying. Local knowledge, I know there's often a lot of water running across the road here, so we'll just ease a little. Still damp and greasy. A lot of silt and muck there. Yes, certainly enjoying the ride on this so far. Some sort of bird of prey there was hovering over the road, not sure what it was. And we come in towards Ashbocking. Roll into the 40. A few clouds appearing now, and it's very, very windy, as you probably can hear compared to my other videos through the helmet. Just being wary of this crossroads here. No vehicles waiting. I have to say that there's not a lot to comment on the bike. I mean, it's just very easy to ride, very relaxing to ride. Obviously it's got heaps of power. To be honest, anything with over 100 horsepower is always going to have heaps of power for everyday riding, unless you go doing track days and things. Very comfortable. And for me, the biggest surprise is that this big old V-twin is so smooth. As I say, after 44 years mostly on multi-cylinder bikes, you become very, very used to how super smooth they are. But this is very impressive. Brakes are a bit squeaky, obviously new and still bedding in a bit. They are Brembos. And the semi-active suspension on this bike, the ride is very, very smooth. I did read one or two reviews before it came out on this. One or two people said the ride was a bit choppy. For me it seems very, very smooth. It's surprising the specs on this are very, very similar to my Explorer, with the WP active suspension, with the option to heated seats and heated grips, and the latest version of my bike has the nice TFT display as well. This display does change from the white background to the black when the lighting conditions change. Just watching this stagger crossroads here, easing the speed a little, moving well away because I can't see in. So I got the bike up into 6th gear now, just seeing what it's like at national speed limit in 6th. Revs are down to just over 3,000. And we'll see what it's like with the block change down. Three gears change down quite happily. So we've got some roadwork signs ahead. Let's just hope the road's not closed. And I've got traffic control, mobile roadworks. So although we've got national speed limit signs, just going to be cautious now, looking to see where these mobile roadworks are. Well, nothing at the moment. Still signs warning you of the mobile roadworks. Lots of little patches of mud on the road as well. Nobody behind us. Car ahead is braking, so I assume there must be something around this bend. Large lorry. Let's tuck over to the left. And here's our mobile roadworks. So just keeping an eye on what's behind us, not getting too close to the vehicles ahead. As I say, there's nothing actually behind us at the moment. So ahead of the mobile warning sign there looks to be a drain cleaning vehicle, and we've got another vehicle coming with it's a tractor coming towards us as well. So lots of muck on that corner there, got to pick your line, decide when you're going to cross it. So that was a little ride on the KTM 1290 Super Duke GT, which I've really enjoyed. As I say, not a full-on review, just first impressions of riding the bike. Give you a little bit of a view of it going along the road. Bit different to what I normally do. Let me know what you think. Difficult to review some of these bikes. There's a lot of technical options on them, and you need to spend a week or so with a bike to fully review it. So if you enjoy the video, drop us a comment, give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe. So this is Mike saying keep safe till next time, and we'll pop in here and have a cup of coffee.